there, guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, a fun little wooden whale puzzle. Well, this is a fun little scroll saw project that can be done by hand tools as well if you have them. It's also a great way to use up scrap, and you know how much I love that. So let's head over to the bench and I'll show you what you need for stock. Well, this project really doesn't take a lot of material, and you'll just need some 1/2 inch thick stock, whether it be walnut or cherry or maple or whatever you like, that is up to you. I have some 1/2 inch cherry here, and I have a piece of 1/2 inch walnut. As well, you're going to need a little bit of some 1/8 inch rope. Well, to start with the project, we're going to put the rope aside and we're going to put this 1/2 inch cherry aside, and we're going to concentrate on this piece. Now, this is the easiest piece of the project to make, and what I need to do is square off one end, and then we're going to cut it 7 inches long. It's actually a little thicker than 1/2 inch, so I'm going to plane this down as well, and it just basically tune it up to get it down to its 1/2 inch thickness. Now at this point, we're just going to take a block plane, and I want to put a chamfer on all of these corners, just to, soften the edges sort of thing. Well, once you get it shaped to the way that you like and you're happy with your chamfers, you want to measure in about 2 3/4 inches in from one end, and on the 3/4 inch side, drill a 3/8 diameter through hole. We're also going to countersink that hole to soften the edges of it. Now, other than a light sanding, this piece, believe it or not, is done. And we can move on to the next piece of the puzzle, which is going to be done in that cherry that I pulled from the rack. So for the cherry, we're going to need a piece that is roughly 2 inches by 6 inches by 1/2 inch thick. So we'll just cut that off of this piece of scrap, and then we can carry on. Well, now comes the fun part, where we get to be a little creative and draw ourselves a whale, or at least something that we think might look like a whale. So I'm just gonna kind of fake it here and see how we make out. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but we'll see. I think the whale should come up around here like this, and then down, and maybe his tail could come back around like this, and then maybe a whale tail like this. Something like that, maybe? Okay. Is that a whale? I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to refine my design here, but you guys get the idea. Draw yourselves a whale, and once you're happy with the design, then cut it out on the scroll saw. Well, at this point, our whale needs an eye. So right down here somewhere, sure, I'm happy with that. Right about there, we're going to drill a 3/8 hole, and again, we're going to countersink it. Once we get that done, we're going to give this a good sanding. Remember, there's going to be children playing with this. You want to take off any sharp edges, and even while scrolling the tail, I made sure that I curved around the edges of the tail here so that these tips were not sharp. So drill the eye hole, countersink it, sand the whole whale, and then once you're done that, we can move on to one of the final steps. You know, just as a bit of a tip or a hint or whatever you want to call it, I see a lot of people who like to sand their pencil lines off of their project. And honestly, you're removing stock that is unnecessary to remove. You really don't have to do that. So the best thing to remove pencil lines on a project is a good quality pencil eraser. So use that instead of sandpaper, and if there's still a tiny bit left after the pencil eraser, then you can hit it with a little bit of sandpaper to remove the last little bit. You'll find that you get better results that way, and you're not needlessly removing stock from your project. Well, the next thing that you want to do is take a 3/16 drill bit, and we're going to drill a hole in the end of our walnut bar here, one in each end, probably about a 1/2 inch deep. Now that those holes are drilled, you can apply a finish to both pieces of whatever you'll want, whether it's an oil or a quick drying spray, but finish these pieces up and then we can assemble it. Well, the last thing that we need is some 1/8 diameter rope, and we need 34 inches of it in total. So I'm going to demonstrate how to put the puzzle together, and then I'm going to actually do it off camera because it involves 5-minute epoxy, and I don't want to be explaining and have this stuff start to cure on me. So the way you're going to put the puzzle together is you're going to loop this rope in half, and with the loop end we're going to push this through our bar with the hole off to the right hand side here. So we're just going to push it through just like this and bring it around to the front. Can you see that? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ends, be careful not to cross them, and we're going to put them down through that loop, and we're going to pull it tight. So we have this kind of a configuration here. So now the piece on the right will now get put up through the whale's eye, just like this, and it will get glued into the hole on the right hand side of our stick. This left hand piece of 1/8 diameter rope will come around and get glued into the left-hand hole in our 3/4 inch wide block. And once you get that done, the puzzle is assembled. So, off camera, I'm going to assemble mine, and this is it for the project, guys. It's done at this point. So now that you have the project finished, it looks like this. But what is the purpose or the goal of the puzzle? What is it that makes it a puzzle? Well, what you need to do is you need to get this whale from this loop to this loop. Sound easy? Wait till you try it. It'll drive you crazy. How do you know, though, that you succeeded? Because, sure, it's on the left here now, but oh, look, ta-da! No, that's not it. That's why we drilled this hole off center, so that you can tell that even if you flipped around here, you know he's on the short side of the rope, you need to get him on the long side. So no matter how much you flip it, if he's not over here on the long side of your walnut piece, then you didn't solve the puzzle. So guys, good luck. And there you have it. A whale on a rope puzzle. Guys, this project is a fantastic project to get the children involved. There is absolutely nothing on this project that couldn't be done with hand tools and a little bit of adult supervision. Being able to do the stuff with the block planes and that sort of thing and the scroll saw is a heck of a lot of fun, and getting your kids to work with this sort of stuff will just ensure that our craft carries on for generations to come. A child at a scroll saw is quite possibly one of the safest tools that you could have them working on in the shop, and with a hold down foot and some adult supervision, there's absolutely no reason that a child couldn't cut this project out. Even the walnut piece, that 3/4 inch piece, can be cut on the scroll saw, and I'm telling you, even though it may not be picture perfect in your eye, in that child's eye, that project is beyond belief. And the pride that they feel for making their own puzzle, I'm telling you, get your kids in the shop. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. I didn't give the solution to this puzzle because I didn't want to ruin it. Stay tuned after I'm done talking here, and I will show you how to solve this puzzle if you wish to see that. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked the project. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Click the bell so that you don't miss notifications of future shows. And I hope you're going to join me next week when I bring you yet another woodworking video. Okay, so here we go with the solution. This center loop here, pull it big enough to get your whale through. And your whale is just going to slide along the rope and come through that center loop. All right, just like that. Now, once you get him through, see that loop that you just pulled him through here? Well, what you want to do is you want to pull that loop until the ropes pull right through the back. And then once you get them through the back, that's these two right here, you just pulled them through. You want to pull them long enough, just go like this, pull them long enough to fit your whale through. And your whale now will just slide through these ropes, just like that. And now you're going to pull them back through the front so that everything is back to normal, okay? I think I pulled the wrong ones. There we go. There we go. So now we're back to normal with this loop here now in the front. See that? So we're going to open this loop wide enough now for our whale to fit through again. And we're just going to slide him along the rope. And just like that, he's on the other side. So you want to see that again? We'll show it to you one more time. So we're going to open up this center loop, just like so. The whale will slide along the rope and go through that center rope. Just like that. Okay? Then you will pull that loop. You can see it there being pulled. And we're going to pull it from the back, just like that, until it pulls these loops out. So we're going to pull some excess on these loops. Pull them right out the back until we have enough room for our whale to fit through. And our whale, at the back here, just follow it along the rope. It will now pass through those two loops that you just pulled out. Okay? And then they will be pulled back out through the front, just like this. And that will pull our original loop back. There it is. See that? And then once you get that done, pull that loop big enough and your whale can slide along your rope just like that, and he's back on the other side. Tricky, but cool.